Many of us are naturally inclined to avoid painful emotions. Who wouldn't be? That's totally normal. But when we continuously avoid them, run away from them, suppress them, eat them away, drink them away, we're not doing ourselves any favors. It really doesn't serve us in the long run. So today, if you want some help on how to embrace those feelings, how to let yourself let those feelings flow, tap along with me. My name is Stephanie Wood, and I'm an EFT tapping trainer and practitioner for more than 20 years, and the creator of ULTRA EFT, which stands for Understanding Life Through Realization and Awareness. By tapping along with this video, you agree to take full responsibility for your emotional and physical well-being. And as you're tapping along with this, feel free to change the words so that they suit you. And if you're new to tapping, just follow along and say the statements aloud, tapping on the points as I tap. So let's get tapping. Tapping on the side of your hand, even though I don't know if I'm ready to feel my feelings. I haven't been feeling them. That's what's happening for me right now, and that's okay. I like to switch hands. You don't have to. Even though maybe I've been avoiding my feelings. Maybe they feel like they're too big. And you can tap more slowly or more quickly, whatever feels right for you. That's what I'm feeling, or not feeling. Haha. And that's all okay. Even though I don't feel like I should be doing this. And I'm open to feeling something. Maybe I just don't know how. And that's also okay. Tapping on the top of your head. I'm just avoiding feeling my feelings. Inside of the eyebrow. I don't exactly know why. Side of the eye. Maybe it's just a habit. Under the eye. Maybe it's a learned behavior from when I was little. Under the nose. I'd rather do almost anything than feel these feelings. Chin. Maybe I like to compartmentalize. Collarbone. Maybe I soothe myself in other ways. Under the arm. Maybe I use shopping or food or alcohol or smoking to do it. What's your drug of choice or activity of choice? And the wrist. Maybe I'm a workaholic, trying to avoid my feelings. Top of the head. Maybe I keep myself super busy so that I can avoid feeling all this. Inside of the eyebrow. Maybe I'm just numb. Side of the eye. I honor all the ways I've been avoiding feeling my feelings. What? Why would you honor that? Under the eye. There's a part of me that is doing this for a reason. Under the nose. And I get to notice that part of me now. Chin. I wonder where it is in my body. Just notice where it is in your body, if it is anywhere. That part of you that is just resisting, doesn't want to feel it. The no, can't deal with it. That wants to soothe or do anything but feel. And the collarbone. There it is. And if you don't know where it is, that's okay too. There, I don't know where it is. It's also okay. Under the arm, I just know that I don't like feeling certain feelings. And the wrist. And that's probably for a reason. Okay, take a breath and shake that out. Just notice if that stirred anything up, and that's okay. We're not going to take a normal rating on a scale from 0 to 10 for this, because how do you rate I don't feel my feelings? That's not really the easiest one to do. So let's just continue tapping on this, and I want you to just notice what comes up. So just tapping on the top of the head. Maybe I don't know how to let those feelings flow. Inside of the eyebrow. Maybe those feelings feel too big. Side of the eye. Maybe they're too scary. Under the eye. Maybe they're just too uncomfortable. Under the nose. Maybe those feelings are too painful. Chin. Maybe I'm afraid that they'll overtake me. Collarbone. Maybe I'm afraid I'll get lost in those feelings. Under the arm. All the feelings that I'm not wanting to feel. And the wrist. I acknowledge all of them, even ones I don't know about. Top of the head. And maybe I could be open to feeling those feelings. Inside of the eyebrow. If I knew they would pass. Side of the eye. If I knew I had the resilience to move through them. Under the eye. Maybe I don't think it'll help me to feel those feelings. Under the nose. And maybe it will and maybe it won't. Chin. But what if I could be open to the possibility? Collarbone. That I don't need to be afraid of the feelings. Under the arm. And that I have thoughts connected with those feelings. And the wrist, inextricably linked, thought, feeling. Top of the head. And that maybe I have some stories attached to those feelings. Inside of the eyebrow. And maybe those stories are true and maybe they're not. Side of the eye. All the stories attached to those feelings I'm avoiding. Under the eye. All the experiences connected to those that I deemed painful. Under the nose. Everything I've told myself about that. Chin, I've got stories. Collarbone, we all have stories. Endless stories. Under the arm, we all are made of story. We are story. And the wrist. And what if I could just feel the feeling without the story? Just take a breath and shake that out. Okay. I also want to note that tapping along with this and any other tap along video is definitely not a substitute for learning how to tap properly or to work with a tapping professional. Also, be sure to see a licensed mental health professional if you know you have trauma that is associated with any of these feelings that you may be avoiding, or if you have a history of mental illness. So let's get back to some tapping. So I want you to close your eyes for a moment and tune into any of the feelings of avoidance, or maybe where that feeling lives that you know is kind of the one that you don't want to feel. Just notice that. And I want you to get curious about it. Where exactly is it in your body? It might be the feeling of not wanting to feel it, or it could be that desire to reach for something to soothe it. Wherever that feeling is in your body, just notice it now and see how big it is. Is it the size of a softball? Does it fill your whole body? And does it have a color? And now notice how you feel about that. Do you feel ashamed? Do you feel guilty? Do you feel like you shouldn't feel that? Just notice what's there. And let's tap some more. Tapping on the top of your head. Maybe I feel like I shouldn't feel this way. Inside of the eyebrow. All the ways I'm avoiding this feeling. Side of the eye. The sense that I need to avoid that painful feeling. I don't want to feel it. Under the nose, I just don't want to feel that feeling. Chin, and I don't have to feel that feeling. Collarbone. But what if it's not helping me to try to avoid it? Under the arm. What if I could let the feeling flow through me when it arises? And I can't control that. And the wrist, without making a story about what that means. Top of the head. Maybe I've got a bunch of sadness or anger inside of the eyebrow. Maybe it's just a feeling of boredom or restlessness. Side of the eye. Maybe it's anxiety and fear of anxiety. But what if I could allow the emotion to rise under the nose without any meaning? Chin. And then let it pass through me, again without meaning. Collarbone. And just watch it like it's a cloud going by. Under the arm, or a wave coming in, and the wrist, and then dispersing. Top of the head. And it may last a while, inside of the eyebrow, and it may only last a minute or two. Side of the eye. If I start making stories about it, under the eye, then I get to feel all those stories too. Under the nose, and that usually isn't a great feeling. Chin. So what if I could be more gentle with myself? Collarbone. And notice any feelings as they emerge. Under the arm. And simply let them come and go. And the wrist, without doing anything about it. Top of the head. My mind is going to want to jump in and shut it down. Inside of the eyebrow. Maybe my mind will want to immediately grab for the thing I'm used to grabbing for. Side of the eye. Maybe I'll want to go get busy and do stuff, or eat, or smoke, or drink. Under the eye. But what if I just settled in with the feeling? Under the nose. With a compassionate curiosity about it. Chin. Without making it mean anything about me. Collarbone, without making it mean anything about anyone. Under the arm. It might not be a pleasant feeling. It's probably why you're avoiding it. And the wrist. But what if I could trust that it will pass? Top of the head. And that there's nothing I need to do about it. Inside of the eyebrow. It's not even necessary that I'm aware of feeling it. Side of the eye. But what if I don't have to fight it? Under the eye. What if I could embrace my feelings under the nose. And just get curious about them as they come and go. Chin, and not in a curious, I need to figure out why kind of way. That's like a nightmare. Collarbone, what if I don't need to know why? Under the arm, what if I don't need to know why? And the wrist, what if there's nothing to figure out? Top of the head, I had a thought feeling inside of the eyebrow. It arose, side of the eye. It came through me and left. Under the eye, like all thought feeling does. Under the nose, we can't really hold on to any thoughts or feelings. Chin, and we can't really avoid them either. Collarbone. So what if I could let myself feel more at ease, even with uncomfortable feelings? Under the arm. What if I don't have to run away from them? And the wrist. Like if there's conflict, for example. What if I just allow the conflict to occur? Top of the head. There are the feelings. Inside of the eyebrow. I don't love them. They're not fun. Under the eye, but they don't have to mean anything. Under the eye, and then they disperse. Under the nose, just like a wave coming in and out. Chin or a cloud going by. Collarbone, I'm open to feeling more of that now. And then take a breath and shake that off. And now I want you to check in again with that feeling, whether it's the avoidance feeling or the desire to go for something to soothe when the feeling comes. And notice what's left. And if it's come down, that's awesome. And if it hasn't, that's also okay. It's just great information. Maybe you've got some resistance, maybe you've got some more stories attached to it, and maybe you need some additional help. So what I'm going to suggest that if you still have some intensity, if it's above a 5, then maybe tap along with this video again if it resonated with you, and notice what starts to happen as you continue to tap. If you still have some intensity around that, but it's under a 5, go ahead and drink a glass of water, rest a bit, and let this tapping percolate through your system. And you may notice that within an hour or so, it just isn't there anymore. And finally, if you really feel like there's still some left in here, or if you feel like you need some help on this, you can contact me and book a session if you'd like, so that we could work through anything else that you've noticed has come up. Thank you for watching and tapping along with me. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I always have new videos coming out. And leave a comment if you found this helpful and share it with your friends. Also, be sure to check out my website where I have a bunch of free resources that can help on different issues. Thanks again and happy tapping.